Hello and welcome back, and you're watching the rise of digital currencies, where we have seen 300% gains until now. Johan, this one is to you. How far are we from as cryptocurrencies as a part of our day-to-day life?
I think the whole idea of dealing with cryptocurrencies, it's a relatively very new idea to all of us, but the way we're used to thinking as with the traditional banking system, once we know the good things about cryptocurrencies and all the inconvenience that we experience with the traditional banking system, and some of the issues that developers of the cryptocurrencies, they're still trying to find out the best solution so that this works for everyone. So I think it's very positive. I see the really positive that in someday we will all get to know what the cryptocurrency is all about, and then the shifting of the money from paper money to digital money, I guess.
Well, yes, a solution so that it reaches everyone. But Alejandro, the regulation of digital currencies, India is awaiting it. The other countries are figuring it. But what is your sense? Is it good or is it bad? Because a cryptocurrency is something that shouldn't be regulated. Isn't that how it started?
Regulation is good in the sense that it does play or give industry players a clear path. However, since it's such a new industry and there's not a lot of experience in this industry, I believe that when a country tries to regulate digital currency, they should just let it be, let it grow, let us police ourselves, let us create the products, let us continue forward, because I think sometimes regulation might pose a might stop development in some areas. For example, let's take New York. New York was a stronghold in Bitcoin a few years ago. But ever since New York started some heavy regulations on the industry, Bitcoin basically vanished from that state. So that's a good thing for someone who's interested in regulations to study how New York, how the bit license is called, has actually hurt the industry in that state.
Well, yes. But Alejandro, too many currencies in the market. How should one decide on which one to buy, which is more credible, which will last longer, which wouldn't really take your wealth away?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, Bitcoin does represent. People are starting to see that it actually is a real. It's a reality. There's inherent value in Bitcoin. So the price, it reflects that, and also the supply of Bitcoins is limited to 21 million, and if there's a higher demand, then the price rises accordingly. One thing many users must realize, though, is that a lot of these coins, these altcoins that come out, sometimes have lesser known people behind it, or are being pushed in a way that might be not good for an investment. What I mean to say is that there is a lot of bad players in this industry as well, and one must be very, very attentive to the team and to the development, and not just throw money at any project that comes out.
Well, yes, but Alejandro, how and where and when should one buy? With the 300% jump up that we already have seen in this year, do you think this current prices are good to buy even now?
Well, to answer that, as I said earlier, research is very important. You need to do your own research and not just follow what some other people say. The team is very important. Development speed, so you should check how fast things are going now. These things are something you must consider. As in regards to the price, I mean, right now we're seeing a lot of increase in worldwide in attention to digital currencies. So these coins, these altcoins, these digital currency coins are increasing because there's a higher demand nowadays. I mean, I started in 2013 when there was a very small amount of people using digital currencies, and the price reflected that as well. So it's basically supply and demand going on right now.
Well, yes. So while other countries are trading and buying food and trading with other countries as well with digital currencies, Marco, India is only looking at investment right now. Do you think it's time we started trading, even hedging other asset classes when it comes to within these currencies?
India has, I think, a number of advantages, actually. It has a huge population, that's number one. There is a lot of people that are very well educated, so a lot of computer scientists coming from India. And the third thing is that people from India, they have, let's say, a good understanding of gold. Yeah, probably the Indian people have the best understanding in the world about gold. So you don't have to explain to them why Bitcoin as or any cryptocurrency as something which is independent from governments and independent from states is a useful thing. So Indian people very quickly understand the market. There is a number of exchanges that is growing up. Like 3 years ago, Bitcoin in India was a very, very small thing. But in the 6 months ago, I was speaking in front of 50 people in India, and now there is 250 people, and I was told it would be easy to fill now a room with 500 or 1,000 people. So the market for cryptocurrencies in India is growing very fast, and I think India will be strongly positioned when it comes to servicing and exchanges.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of this discussion. 300% up in this year, up from 8 cents to $4,000 in last 6 to 7 years as well. And more countries are now accepting it. We'll, of course, keep an eye on that space. But thank you so much for watching as of now.